Alrighty, shall we start off with the masterpiece?
Sure.
This is Norm's roughed out pecan piece.
Tell a story about the tree.
Oh yeah, the tree was probably 4 foot diameter.
At the top.
Yeah, at the top, right. So we went out there with a few guys from the group, Greg and Norm and I, and took a shot at cutting it up, and there's an example of one of the crotch pieces. It's roughed out to an inch thick and drying. About 100-year-old tree. It was really, really interesting. I want to see that when it's finished. It'll be pretty.
Make sure you don't screw it up.
I'll bring both pieces back.
This is another piece of pecan from that same tree, small.
Yeah, there was just a scrap, and this wood was so wet that I wanted to try microwave drying. So, yeah, somebody put a cup of water in the microwave with it, and then let it cool down for at least as long as it cooked before you open the door. So the moisture goes back into the wood. It worked. Warped a little bit, but no cracks.
It's pretty. It's a pretty little piece. I love the contrast between the heartwood and the sapwood. That's nice. Norm always turns a little bottom on there, like you said, a little decorative bottom. Shows that detail. It's a little OG curve. Nice turn bottom. Doesn't look like it's been finished yet, but probably will be finished. Is this one of yours?
Yeah, that was turned during the Maker Faire, so you learn that when you're under pressure, you turn a little thicker than normal.
The one that we got?
Yes. Yep.
Ambrosia maple?
Yep.
Okay.
It's got a ton of CA glue in that crack. You can see the daylight through it.
Okay. It's a nice bell, kind of an OG bell shape. Nice proportional bottom. I like to see a nice small bottom actually. One of Bob's pieces. Bob, nice sculptural piece. Took the time to finish the rim. Beautiful turn base. Pretty piece. Lidded vase. Would you call that a vase? Or
I don't know what you call it. I just did it watching what you did with your big deep ones.
in grain, kind of challenging to turn. To get that wood out of there, you have to take your time and avoid getting your chisel caught inside. It's tricky turning in
Pretty thin too.
in a small confined area. So Bob did a good job of turning it thin and nicely proportioned. The lid fits nicely on top.
What's that finish, Bob?
It's lacquer.
I really like the burnishing. It was a wire or a line of some kind. While it's spinning, you hit it with a wire, and it gives you a nice burnishing line. Gives a great accent on the top as well. Shows a lot of attention to detail. Nice finial on the top. Looks like cocoa blackwood, African blackwood. Nice base, turn bottom, identified. This was a cherry burl that I turned. Just experimenting with the natural edge, trying to get it proportioned shape-wise. Turn bottom. Just try to get the curve to come right over the tabletop. If this was sitting flat on a table, you would want that curve just to come right above the surface to show that, to have it show a lift.
You have a good source of cherry burl.
Did get some nice cherry burl. Similar piece, just a bulby natural edge cherry, trying to keep the bark on. I use a fair amount of CA glue. I sure do. Nice work. Beautiful pepper mill. This is a set of pepper, solid pepper mills. These are really pretty. Really pretty. Very nice.
Is it cherry and maple?
I'm not sure what kind of wood that
The one
is.
in his left hand is Brazilian cherry, and the one in his right hand is plum. Both of them.
You get those glue ups right the first time?
Yep. We have a very, very interesting artistic piece, sculptural.
That's Lars, I think.
Three-way crotch.
Burl, redwood burl on the top. And I'm not sure what kind of wood this is on the bottom, but
Great myrtle.
crepe myrtle. Okay. Just a very nice sculptural, rugged. It's kind of like a Mark Linquist. Did you read Mark Linquist when you turn this? Oh, okay. So anyway, very interesting.
That's Lars.
Oh, Lars made this.
The table.
Okay. Little table. It's pretty. Very rough and rugged.
And not a burn on it.
No burning.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
it's not finished.
We should tell them that.
I'm not really going to be able to critique these, but I'll show you. These are pretty beautiful pens.
Get started, we'll wait.
By Tom. Tom's a fairly new turner and has been doing great work. Got a Bob Verne piece, another beautiful piece by Bob. Interesting shape.
Really old.
Nice finished rim. Brings it up to a fine edge.
Turns pretty easily.
Inside is nicely
not gonna be
finished,
fun when I try
proportioned. It's balanced, it feels right. It's got a nice proportioned base on it. Some really nice lines. A decorative bottom. It's a pretty piece. Waxed finish.
Oil polymix, and then water locks.
It's a beautiful finish. And Bob does a great job with that detail finishing the bottom. Pretty wood. Beautiful wood.
It's found wood.
This piece is Tracy, I believe. Interesting contrast between a very thin square base and a round top. It's very interesting, just kind of captivating in appearance.
Sure it's not upside down?
With a I don't think so. I think that's the bottom. But the contrast between the round and the square is very interesting. It's striking. You want to keep looking at it. It's just an interesting piece. And it's good to experiment with different things that interest you. You know, just keep trying different things and see what looks good.
What's the wood?
Ambrosia maple. Another Bob Verne natural edge. Again, very well proportioned. I like the small base and it sits up nicely. Great orientation of the bark, even thickness of the bark all the way around, which is great to see. Sometimes you'll see it's real thin here and thick up here. So if you can get the bark where it's even thickness all the way around, even at the different elevations, that's really important for appearance. And looks like a little rosewood dust and super glue filled in to make that solid, which is great. And a beautiful finish. It's a nice piece. See this pretty piece. Is this Bob's as well? Is this yours? The lid fits perfectly. That's a beauty. Nice finish. Nice finial on top. The lid is absolutely a perfect fit. Inside is nicely coved and round. There's no square edges on the inside. Base is turned. It's got a little ring showing it was reverse turned. And, that's a gorgeous little piece. Little inset crystal, a bead of some kind. Swarovski crystal. My daughter does a lot of these. It's a multi-axis, looks like multi-axis candlestick. It's always interesting to have a multi-axis orientation. So that's pretty. Looks like a wax finish. It's just a large burr I turn, trying to keep the bark on, and I was going to turn it thin, and my wife is really great to come up and give me a little advice sometimes, and she said, wow, that would be interesting, kept thicker. So I said, let's try it thick, and just trying to keep the bark the right thickness all the way around. And then the contrast between the burl and the straight wood, just to show that difference. It's kind of a half a burl, half a straight log. It's like a log with a burl on one side, turned end grain.
Can you tip it this way for a second? Very nice.
It's really nice.
And just, you know, if you do a piece like this, whatever depth, you have to take your time and just get it down to the right depth so it's not heavy on the bottom. You don't want it to feel heavy when you pick it up. And a little cove base.
That's a serious cove base.
So I had a face
Trying to hide a ball under there?
I had a faceplate in here with a long screw point, and this is really a result, a little deeper than I wanted to put on there, but I had to get that point out of there. Let's see, do we have anything else?
Tall piece right in front of you.
Oh, these are turned sand.
I got that deal.
Okay.
John Campbell.
These are nice, Joe. Instead of spending $10 or $20 on one, you made one.
35, I made 8, I got it
Okay.
to make 100 more.
It's a great idea. You can just turn birch plywood and create yourself some sanding discs. Get the rubber and some Velcro.
Rubber is bad to get it.
Okay. Just buy your parts and put them together. These are great.
They look like real bits.
Okay, just a creative utilitarian piece. Wow, it's a nice fit. Nice fit on the hand. Wax finish. Useful. Artistic. And absolutely fits perfectly.
Good job. I spent a week I just came back last week from a week workshop at Jean-Francois Escalon
Okay.
in France.
Okay, he's a good
That's where I
friend.
made that stuff.
That's great. Very, very nice. There's a little ladle or golf club golf club ladle. I love it. I love little ornamental things like that. Well finished. You took your time on it. Very nice.
A lot of fun. It was a good week.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, I think that's it. Thank you.